ahabwihanga area Uganda in the world of business entrepreneurship kandi hamwe na politics okuranga tukagira itafarira hango iritwata ayihanga ryetu area Uganda nyishiriza kwakire umubutongore ahatayari west tebekanisa wa program eji ni Ommugalanda Netanyahu nyine owabiroho minister wa works state minister and cabinet minister wa works kandi ntumu mwishengero ahabwa Ibanda south owachitinisa engineer John Byabagambi kandi nyinoho na Dr. Patrick Bitature omuhangu omubyentasya kandi hamwe nebyo bushobozi aharurengo rwensiyona kandi investor awomutawana omu East Africa mbwenu nabachira kandi njiriza ntandikire amukono gwanje ogugwa bumosho yakiro kitinisa Minister John Byabagambi former minister uramusi muntu uri kutureba ahatayari west
kutwakira mwami Netanyahu yizina mbenda kariyetegereza ngo norga Israel bonka nabaramusi hamwe na abaturikirize mwebare kuba ahatayari TV nabaramusi
Dr. Patrick
mwebare sebo bwana it's hard to say Netanyahu Ommugalanda Netanyahu mwebare nakwakira makaganje and abakuturiza abakutureba twabakira musibirege. I hope you are doing fine nzagumana intabura mu rujungu no runyankore obunu kubasa but a pleasure to be with you
dana wa Dr. Patrick Bitature wabiro chairman wa a private sector foundation 2012 chairman of Uganda Investment Authority 2019 chairman wa Umeme Limited and an investor naryo mushubuzi wa manu mnonga kandi urukubyara empiha zigenere kuleta hemirumo n'ibindi bintu by'entunguuka iyo mbyo bushobozi. If I'm not mistaken, banyureka ngo you were born in 1960, which makes you 65 today. Hati orukutureba Uganda etwire netunga transformations nyingi. So kabere ninye ngo tutereho tochi ya the business, the scope ya ebyobushobozi okubyabire biri before 1986, because being born in Rukumurwenankaga, that means we are 26 when NRM captured power. So how was the business climate here?
I am one of the lucky people, I think. Kurebanti tuchiruho ebitwarebire tutkabyebwa ebitwarabiremu tutkabyebwa tukafirwa abantu bingi tukaraba mbizi bingi, but today nyine kugamba economic side. And siona okurakurana to develop properly, you need what they call socio-economic transformation. So kugam 1962 up to atunga independence, I was a baby then, 2 years old. Emyaka ejo yona until 71 amini yahamba yatufuga for another 8 years, and then we had a few governments changing very quickly from Lule Benaisa. We squandered that time. Ejiona to Gambe, we squandered it as Ugandans because of poor leadership. Tukaferwa mnonga twagaruke nyuma. We were ahead of Kenya, ahead of Tanzania. Bitu ejo time it was squandered injire because of poor leadership, mismanagement, and it began right from 62. Up to Atanka, Obote Kurana Baganda, Kabaka Yeka, Yabinga Mutesa. The history about the so many people should have an idea what it is. But for us in the private sector, in the early days, Abahindi Bakaba Konanje market Jiona, Keri Abahindi, Commerciona. Even by law before 62, local Ugandans were not allowed to do certain businesses. You grow coffee, you grow tea, you grow cotton, and you sell to the Indians to trade on our behalf. So after 62, that continued for some time. But slowly they started having a revolution where Ugandans had to get involved in business. But it was not strong enough. Amin thought he was doing us a favor when he chased away the Indians suddenly. It was a big favor for Ugandans. But we were green. People didn't know where Kenya was. They didn't know where Dubai was. They didn't know China, India, much as those countries maybe were not as developed. But to buy things, our stores were empty. All the shops were empty. The economy was grinding to a halt. The little we had gained pre-independence went backwards. There was no sugar in any place. No soda, no beer, no cigarettes, no bread. The most basic things, soap, cooking oil, they were not there. Toothpaste became a black market thing. So people had begun using a branch of a tree, a small piece of a twig, to brush their teeth because we had run out of things like that. No one was making toothbrushes. So everything started changing after 1981. It seems to pick up a bit and then went backwards. In Kantan Chile University in 1981 at Makerere BCom. And UPM had just been formed, I remember at the time. And some of us were young and wanted a change. We wanted a party that was not aligned to politics because my father was DP, we were Catholic. And so we are naturally DP. Bit naive was that, why am I DP? Just because I'm a Catholic. So when UPM came, we joined that with energy. And I was in Northcote Hall. I became the UPM chairman in Northcote Hall. But things deteriorated very quickly. 1982, we didn't know what had happened. My friends who had been in school with, Benon Biraro, John Kazora, they left the University of Virginia. Now I didn't know where they had gone. And we didn't know about the bush at the time. So when things became worse and deteriorated more, I felt unsafe. I went to the UK to study, to finish my studies. I didn't finish BCom. I know. I think in English. So I wanted to go to the bush, but nobody could show me the route. I didn't have anyone to show me. So I went and studied in the UK. I came back to Uganda before in 1985. Bankom. For nothing. Abducted for 7 days. And I was lucky. Many of the people I found who had been abducted too in those days were taken to Nama and they never came back. They never surfaced. So I was spared by the hell of a pin. Abokuba omujungu Father Grimes akaina batabana bobote mwishomero na masagari. Yabateko motoka, yabaletero bote, ndimwatwara umtabana wanje. Bobote yashobera umtabana woha, ogumwana yaudaninga bandonde honde wherever I was. Within 2 hours I was brought to Obote. Obiyande bayagamba take him to his mother. Yatakwenda no kunde. I was just lucky to be alive. The next day natembe nyonyi nagaruka here. B2 naguma here until NRM came into power 86. Obunija everything started changing and I could see hope. Amazima, and our economy was worth $1 billion I think at the time. Yakura yaika 5 billion. Now it has grown tenfold to 50 billion. And the promise is now to try and take it to 500 billion. Now that to me is fundamental change.
ubu babiri bari kuturutora aba aho bayenda nkahurira nguko buryo kikonje cya UPM kandi kugira background you are supposed to be DP. Yeah. So
mbona baturukirize nyonka heza kuna heza HSC Centenary College tobu we tabet yom campaigns za 1980 DP UPC nka umampati kutatiro kuyagambira ita the young ones tkantrondo buto nyizuka nkandi muko witchanaka bagira ngo President Museveni by that time akari candidate Museveni naiza mabonwa ariyo muri Ibanda naronda obururu akayibembirwe mushaka kandi mumweta rwo mwizu bakamubonwa trading center nagindawe nkomwana mutwahiriza HSC ndikanzo kureba President Museveni akata kabire president kwa president w'ekibini mukikaho ntiya ndebe mugambire ye ndeba ideas ndebe byenderwa bye ndeba ngogu naza kutwiha ekiturumu icyo kurwanagana aho ko bwirobwo kwebe bwo mukristo obwo DP obwo mukristayo obwo UPC hati nareba edine za Yesu w'abazungu ndiza kombe kazita Uganda hati nuko kumufollowinga nkajoininga UPM nangwe nyutu na joininga ko kugira ngo na joininga UPM nangwe uyu nozarwa rikiraho nozarwa cyane ka mpo yari umusheje bamwita bakanga bamwita kahonda dori nuko twasitamira mu mbaho yo I was recruited there na card nubwo ngitunga nahinduka agent wakabizamo yari kandi tuwanje kandi kabizamo akiri mu mahe by the way akiri mu mahe timabona kano baniki no twatandikira iki UPM naza kwisanga ni campaign manager wa kabizamo ahwa rukiri na nego na umuruka gwa mabona akutwaza muri nyina yabire polling agent harwengo rugoro ahwa kabizamo no burubune hiri n'icyo bumanyi na joining ubwirobwo naba UPM ekikoncha UPM mpaka itu wasingirwe nanye nkahungira Kampala ako kaguriyo mu rampa ya kaguriyo mu ningizuka nkagena reba byandisari nabahi konka natunga chance yanje nubona ntunga scholarship nkatoroka mu Uganda ubwo akatoroka naza London konka nyoka tunga scholarship kandi no ba interviewing on scholarship committee they didn't know who I am okay ne bampeza scholarship ubwiro bwo bote narira hamucheka naza kwisanga nasanga Moscow State University
umuntu nasako kuza today wano leba nka abantu abakwana ibintu bwebembese hino ko kubana inspiring abakubabara abo bwiro bweyo ni mpura ngo bote was a wonderful man so mukamwine perspective ki ari Museveni wo bwiro
ababi barya anaka myaka ejo tukata kwenda divisions yes he was a good leader obote nagambaje kwa kuceki kahansi cyahikaha akurwanaga na umadini nyenda kugambira amazimani nyo cyantwire munonga kuzo mu UPM n'ikintu kusanga ngo itahari cyanaka tukatubicika cyumu tugicika cyabahira konka majority bari aba UPC ito minority nka Catholics konko sanga my brother swente yanje neza kutematema na yusinzu zeitu ahabwa madini najya no so kutwarebere Museveni yabanka sevi uko yiza kora iki kwiyaho biri nicyo twarebere nicyo nagire nta to joining iki movement nyenda kugamba amazuma even my brother Kabega wakaya joining na UPC ngo bundi abanyabuzare bakamukunda najyo namujya icyo waza muto kucyitegereza wakwitegereza bakamutema n'umukono gwo konka abwe ikintu cya muri ngonko so ikintu kikakijya hakorwandagana amadini okubwangani konka twareba ngo bundi yakwasa kutuyaho ebe byona no muntu Museveni kandi cyo twamuhagirira.
Now Dr. Patrick, I have heard over the time President Museveni arukugira ngo barukurugo mu kishaka akashanga economy of 3 C's: coffee, cotton and copper, and 3 T's: tea, tobacco and tourism. Ahubwo iki kitwira ubwire buringwa Uganda ku taking off with all this peace for 40 years compared to the other economies is in the same footing then.
No manyo garuke nyuma n'ikintu kibi munonga tukagaruke nyuma munonga no for all those years tukata could addressing infrastructure ekigambo infrastructure Museveni wakirisire abantu bahureje infrastructure yafuka infrastructure wotina magudo wotina masanyarazi you cannot organize yourself, so the hardware must first be in place. Ichakabiri mindset abantu bakaine mindset of depending only on the government. All jobs government, everybody get a job for salary. Enterprise was not supposed to be there. Wabo ino mwana wa aina majezi aze kushomobwa doctor, ashomebwa lawyer, ashome politics, ashome kintu chona, but not entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship came 20 years ago. It's a new phenomena when they've realized they cannot create the jobs. If you don't create massive jobs, service industry bakaba kujimanya, hadi wotan kujimanya. IC industry batakujimanya. So now it's a new religion mzee aliona arangira abantu please get into these sectors. Manufacturing ekefiride chimwe. Without manufacturing you can't produce. Without electricity you can't manufacture. Agriculture mwena mzee mu agriculture is like a good grandmother. Muizeni mbachira mwena. Pitu none of you comes out taro mtakuwa kuyamba mtahiwa. Especially agriculture yenfuka. That is criminal. So now at least people are talking about value addition. High value crops, tomatoes, onions, cabbages, spinach. Which even a small piece of land you can get some good return. And the prices are there, the market is there. But we are so fragmented. Everybody else was producing cotton, coffee, tea, which were for the colonial people for export. And the mindset had not changed. So obutatandika kuhindura empindukejo. Mzee akaleta okulembeka. Abantu bamushobera okulembeka no mindset. Obi yaleta kigambo okulembeka. When it rains, Kwatamis, make sure we show in the abantu bakaba yom turo. It took 5 years of pushing that message. Eventually everyone started getting into business. Abantu okutunda kanyama, even by bus park, roast the meat and sell it, you get some value addition. Buy it, run, roast it. Even abantu bakaba takubiteka teka omnonga. Nho batandikiraho. Abom Chikubu was dead. You didn't have to have a degree for a business. Abom Chikubu, they were not very literate, but they had simple basic discipline. Bamanyok Gurevi into Kenya, Bakabireta Bakashuvura, and they became rich. Then people realized there's money in business, entrepreneurship. Those who are educated, Bakavata Kwendakura business. Business was for failures. Others, you get a job. We have to change that mindset. So that even people who are smart go straight into business. The earlier you get in, so that you can learn the pitfalls. A few times. Some things will fail. Don't think you just take off and you always fly. So it's about your business quite early. We have gone through many of these challenges. And they never end, but you keep growing.
Eko kamwino okumwongeraho kurga rukomere rwenda kinana na mukaga economy ji nekura ikatandika kukura kandi kagaruka ganyuma konka ko kuyagamba umuntu wo ryo mu China cya futi 20
minus
orya hansi no wakuteka ya madara natandika kutemba ningaruko ruguru owo hamuto natakureba no bokiri nkahi omuchina so chinte chikatwara time ka surface abantu bakatanga kujya biri economy yitu etane kura akwa katugarikira inyuma 25 years back of where obote left that economy.
Dr. Patrick, bwanyuma yo kuba chairman wa private sector foundation hati nko munyibando turi uri kutureba ningo turire ningo munya Uganda
tababutosha tibakoreba. So you try to connect them, get them together. As of Mundi, there are certain things you cannot do yourself. Bit mwa terana numchikora hamwe narido tunga. Oh, industries, kuchira mnonga industries. Noreba mzee Murwana akana kuna private sector. Akakoreba into bingi because he got opportunities. You meet diplomats atanika Jessa Farm, aba Netherlands embassy bamuhebyo maba had grants ba loans. Ebintu byotakweza kutunga when you are on your own. Yatanika nice toothbrushes, yakora batteries, yakora pens, abantu bamureberaho. And he was not selfish. Yatanika kurikaba and home hand. Come and do these things. They are being made by Ugandans. Buy Ugandan products. Bubu nho yatanche. Abamwe peacock paints, batanika paints, oktabure range. Because people are building. In those days, tukatu in mainly one bank, UCB, one university, Makerere. Everything was one, and we thought that was enough. We needed more people doing things to grow the economy. Bitu omuntu yaba ninyo ndohonyenka nine monopoly inziniza kukora kureta yashanga sukari teruho ba madivani bavisengera bagaruka baji bahereza mugaruke mukoresha mabyanyu madivani yatandika kachira nawe batandika ba meta. Now today there are about 50 factories as ukora sukari and they are all making money, they are competing, and still we need more sugar because the population is growing. Abantu bakani bareba hihi munonga batakoreba hari, but you have to invest for tomorrow. Bitok no basasa rabo kuba in those days ukanenda gukora investment utunga sente zawe immediately bakato kumanya kikuza kuija tomorrow. Bitok to atunga obusinge tukamanya twine peace and security nobo kombeka hotel nebe kutwara myaka 10 okutunga sente zawe capital yawe kugaruka no gyombeka no mpora no sasura loan no tunga sente zawe aza hotel ne guma mu myaka 3 obuko no reba ati mu in future bitu buli amuntu akata basa correcting no kombeka enjo no yombeka kantu kache quickly ozem ogura radio ogitekanzi yomfariso no tenda kujoreka. So those days abantu bakan never thinking a short term.
later waruga hero bwanyuma kweshereka ukagenda wagaruka aha wajoininga elective politics imyaka 15 mu parliament imyaka 20 mu parliament state minister of works cabinet minister of works cabinet minister in charge of Karamoja affair.
Eji arihembere eri kutuhindura tukabeche chituri embereji eri kuhindura amazoba engendo narishi ebitebyo bitu nambwe no mu mberejo bitwantoronde kintu cyo mutana habindi namunonge kintu kiri kubasa kureta hecho kutangaza omagara gitu naniwe gabana haburungi bwa Wonders Family Jelly izoba ryawe riberyo mutano gakoziro mbirungo ebiri kuhezo mbiri gukagaruka busya gukagira mani wena ukasigara no kuraje Wonders Family Jelly nuko majuta agine kuguma harubaju neka yawe.
Wonders, always wonderful.
Wait a minute, Jires, Nenga Siraba, Kawaka, where Kaliwan.
The way Rabira, Eta Bubiri.
Sumulula Buliana Kachupa, Chokuno Chipongerama, Chinywa Kufuna Mwenjaulu, Chidikumutindo Wamanyamwe, Kalimabirungo Bakalunga, Janga Uzibaki Kamwediomo, the second China Bogu Sangomo, Kagaba Waka, Kaneko no Ulida, Waka Kombucha drink, Chichokuno Chisinga Biona, Iranga Chikoli Company Chama Enterprises Limited. Katigwa chetaze, tufunile ku namba z'essimu zino wammanga. 0704 3 emu oba 0783 10 38 Waka kombucha drink gwobonywa yekka.
Lyantwade School of Nursing and Midwifery nibetabe jibwena abahiriza senior kanane ya mukaga kwisha kwehanditsa habwa amashomo ga certificate na diploma ombunasi obuzarsa na lab technology omwejero kwenda omwanya oshemere kubushyikiro kubara n'orujungu hamwe n'ebya science iwe kwenda kushoma diploma oshemere kuboyine certificate of nursing na midwifery kandi omazire emyaka 2 mu field buri mweje na hawo mugisha gwo kushoma gani mashomo ga teknolojia kumwongera omugisha gwo kuhakanara nyensia nka scanning na sonography lab technologies business na vocational skills na byo bitakwibiri basaries zichiruho mugiro bwira eishomero nirishangwa ryantonde haruguto rwa Kampala mbarra kandi kumayibiri kukiraho terano tumushanju 8 mukaga nshanju ni 3 nshanju ni 5 ashatu na 1
bino bintamye kene nawe bwante walisanyi geri mpewa kazero kombucha drink Bublan akuja chako Leta nawe leta
kakane buli mwagenda kufuna labanone nasange nedda kachiri bashiti kwengenda kuwa kazero kombucha kwengenda kuwa kazero tawata naye kwata kotumanyi mbuno bano badde myaka musanvu beddu nga bali mu business kali buli omungenda mu myaka tumakwata
bino bikoleddwa aba Jonathan and Frank Investments abawanguzi ba People's Choice Quality Award 2025 bakuleetedde ne kazero drink and win promotion era nga ky'osanga mu kasaanikira ky'owangula bw'ono kazero tewali kikuwangula.
cabinet minister of works. Cabinet minister in charge of Karamoja affairs. Abamwe kuba barugira politics especially baruzingira an election or after reshuffle. Shanga baryo kwenyuma nabashoze imigiri. Ukiryo wa NRM hezo jina mutima.
Yenda kugambira ikintu kimwe. Wabanza kumbuza nkatandika ryari. Nagamba rukomerwa ndakinana. Nagaruka rukomerwa ndakinana na munana. Mbona argahera. Nangwa Patrick Bitaturo ari umusubuzi nyamba akambanza yobuka nabanza nkaza manufacturing. Natandika gukora disposable syringes na rukorongwa. Nabo audio tapes mwabe mukunda kuteramba ukweta UDT. Ukankiza na investors banje ba Korea whom I studied with amuna buganga no mu Ethiopia tukatunga hikizubu 1991 kuba hambere mangesto kuba mu Ethiopia nagabaninda Sweden twayesere ko mu Hilton Hotel akarmu umushayiza wo mu Korea businessman entrepreneur twayisereka ku mundu y'ekitanda amasasi nakagamba ikisayi bakingire twanywanira nambe hawe tuzo mu Uganda twatandika ki first factory ya disposable syringes bomba zebakato namwe nobo butambi tape za cassette nagaraka datandika ho Kim's Medical Center ekorebera horebi hamwe na medical center twazumwe bibera horebi still I do them ni chibakora icyo ni aka factory Malawi akakore mbi akafakara ngayitwara Malawi later on kuna giro mbyo politics kuna habura ayagumza muri bintu ibi now kone izana naba member wa parliament tingwe ndakuzo mu history kuna bire member wa parliament ikinza kutwara ubwire burengwa munonga icyo kubanza cyabyo na member wa parliament ubwire butkata tine bina it was individual merit bankundira bwa individual merit bwanje barangwe amwe leader twazo mbibina naza umu NRM now abantu abingi twakwitegereza ikibine kikumanyisa uko ikibina ni nkedini tena kugira ngo nyonka hamyenda ntakwikizo mbintu byedini kubiteko mu politics wendegereza konka kaguma mu dini yanjye tinka hindukaga korgo umbakaturishi kuzomba protesta kongo protestante ni mukunda nogo ni mukunda akwa twena nturwanire ikintu kimwe cyo kuzo mu yiguru. It doesn't matter from which angle you are looking at the religion. So nagumizamu HB na cha NRM kuchizamu kashanka ya zo mu dini ya politics nagumu NRM now kurgumu bwa member bwa parliament kandi bosavingire icyo 20 kandi ukagarake nyimbo kaza kutere ndobo nari kusazana inchiba kiri kintu kiri munonga inchiba nchimayise cyo wabe nokora ukata kucyitegereza nari ukuta kikunze kitana mutuma gwawe nicyo warebire 1921 no 2021 okay kumwagizire ngo byabagamba ta okay abinje numwirukanga kugarukanka independence tubo nyuka jya no insavingire kibina na hezo ebimbire ninkora ate voters bajya ngo bendo nizo futeka ho ndizo muntu kikumanyisa ngo mu kibina cyanje naguma mu kibina cyanje ukandi banka independence na hato ndebire nizo mu rugwanya rwa independent konka nyenda kugambira amazuma ngo I served kandi nyenda kusima his excellency the president umanye muntu kuteka mu bwese ikintu kintu cyukuru munonga nkati nkagira nto manyire yo kugenda nzwekere na Patrick Ogija ati yabyabagambira ko nzwekere icyo cyonka n'ikitinisa cyo bwese cyo byafutekamo kwereza ihanga ryawe kandi nkarehereza nkaba minister myaka 15 minister of state full minister mare myaka mushanzu ti njya tino cyo rampuriro nkasavinga abanya Uganda nakora umurimo diligently okay naka aho kakabayerezo mbazo gworobi ubwo kuziriya baziriya zagenda
50% y'abanya-Uganda n'eminyeto abarya hagati y'imyaka 18 na 30 icyo barikorera, and not only in Uganda but across the globe. Unemployment batakaruzira ngo tubine cyo gukora kurugira ubwire ubwo bashomere mu kurungi no kuba yashashiyetingire nabo nebe washomere entrepreneurship okwera kugamba abantu abo nibafakurira bari kwenda employment, or do they have employability? What is happening? Because the population negumane yongera tubaruko babuzobed fully bagumana barangu tubine mirimo kandi ushanga ngo umwe mirimo nebasa kubereho but barakulakinga skills. So what is your experience?
Is you need to have employability skills. So watunga degree teach kumanyisa nti wine skills zonye. No guarantee. It just means nti you are trainable. You are trained in some things and you grasped, but doesn't mean that the skills you have are appropriate for the market. So you need to fine-tune them. That's why you find some of the technical institutions of Burundi, they bring people out with skills that are needed in the market. Plumbing, electrical, engineering, electromechanical, all those courses where we need them in industry, we need them in all kinds of sectors. Welding, carpentry. But people can't have been I think when they in that degree. Kariroko. So we had 30 universities producing students. At the end, they all graduate and they are looking for jobs. Because their mindset was, I just want a job. And many of them were not conditioned to create their own businesses and employ other people. To people to start thinking, by the way, I can go out and start with the little that I have. And it doesn't happen overnight. But in 3 years' time, you're employing 5 people. In 10 years' time, you're employing 100 people. It's possible. There are many examples of that happening here, where people, even a school teacher drops out, starts making crisps or gonja. You dry the gonja, you pack it, and you put it in petrol stations. You become a millionaire. You become an industrialist. Simple things from being a secondary school teacher. So people have succeeded doing the most basic things because the market is growing. Marketero. 7 haizi romu Uganda wa NRM tukaturi abantu nka 14 million. Today they are 50 million. People don't understand the difference between 14 million and 50 million. And in 20 years we're going to be maybe 100 million because our population is growing so fast. And the median age is 16 and a half, 17. Most people are so young. So you've got to create jobs for these people. Nangwati he's not creating jobs fast enough. He's trying his best. He's putting policies in place. He's giving big investors tax exemptions, behavior, so they can create jobs for the people. Not because he wants to give them tax exemptions. He's creating as many jobs as possible. Last week to Tororo, Omhindi Yijant Nazakora factory to employ 15,000 people. Bama red carpet, no chireba. Omutaku we have 15,000 people akabahereza emirimo, bakashashura omushoro, bakatunga savings, nabata kukorire. So Mzee wants more of those big people who can come and create those big jobs. But at the same time, he also wants the small people, small scale industries, who create 2 jobs, 5 jobs, even if they are for their family. He's got to give the same attention to them to create jobs, but it's not happening fast enough. Partly because of skills. Abantu bingi bagamba capital, access to capital. Abamweni bagamba cost of capital. Abamweni bagamba infrastructure. Nibenda masanyazi want it cheaper. Abamweni benda roads brought to their place. Sectors in tourism, wakora ka hotel, nonga ka lodge, whether it's in national parks or anywhere else. You need good access. But you have to train the people in customer service. Onashi okoze suka na chenchi barema. Omuntu omujungu na izana araro mukashukawe. Takutware suka, takutware tawo, teni chakutware. Omukashishi noze suka. Ondijo na izana wona kusasura. So business can be done bit what in a customer service or in a plan. Noguma or stuck in that circle. But slowly we are breaking it. We are creating now more and more jobs in endeavor in our country, and I'm proud to be associated with that.
So engineer John Bibaga. Miaka 20 MP. Ikumene ndizo or minister. President na ijanye nchakaraho muri Ibanda.
Yes.
Kuwa kutunga nkumugisha nkukugamba ho n'abanyibanda gato kuogwine. Ukabagira ngo eje myaka NRM gikolira muki umbutwalewa. Rero babone kugira ngo ya protecting the gains.
Jakubanza cyabyona. ibanda yo kurebeje eketine gudu yatamaka kurabamo eketine ngudu yatamaka kurabamo urwo rugudu no rwa 2001 mbarara ibanda Kabuta Road yet is about 10 years ago. Ibanda, Fort Potro. Ibanda yo kurebeje ketine masanyarazi. Ati Ibanda yo masanyarazi. Ibanda yo kurebeje ekermo amasomero aginkumanya Ibanda SS yabiri John St John Fisher PTC hariya
St George
Chubura je katana kamuno sobwire bwa idamine bwa obote 1984 there okay kandi Ibanda yo kurebeje aginagambaga na kazuiri inclusive okay kazone yekeri nkahi kazo ting manyisa igomborora ni manyisa igomboro ya kanoni na buremba zikara side yankahi side y'Ibanda konkati nyenda kugamara mazumangu every gomborora ndakarigireho government yakagiteka mu ebakweta seed school burugomboro in a seed school secondary school full-fledged senior secondary school ya government Ibanda yo kurebeje inka town ijyo kukireba ekeri town board nabwanyiza kwebaza umwami rwa bite yagihindura town council ntakaragira honje yahindukire ki municipality ekitarmizi hatabantu nyamizi ibi ndibuzuma bya NRM amasanyazi garyo mbyaro ninyuzuka ningeza korwaho gakaga ricuzi 2021 kasigira kwasya gacuzi okwa ground breaking yona nyine nagikozire kunena nabugabo
wagira ngo Ibanda irumaniza abantu bansasa bakurire utabakora kubi
mwe utakagira ngo tino mutashirire tinkuhamya ngo na papa shirire okwa nicyakugira impedetensiya tino mutakubasa kugira ati 100% and perfect NRM tinkwasa kwemera nkajya NRM is 100% perfect because reviewon there is still more to do konka tristi tuine ebitwine ebyetukoreire which require to be protected kanti kagumizaho ejo mayisa tuine turya roof triyonza kusakara so water protecting ekisikecho okay chikagwa biruwagara kenyuma mwinchetaga nicho kugira ngo we are protecting those gains hatiri nteka hoki amabati so ni bingi ebikozerwe omuri Ibanda omyaka ejo 20 ndakugambira ibindi bingi even the economy has grown. Let me give you an example. We have been promoting coffee na mnywana wanjoga tana supporting for 15 years. Okay? By 2021, Ibanda South Yonka, Ermuna municipality, okay, municipality, the biggest part of municipality was Ibanda South. Okay, Tukatwine more than 7 million trees, or with Katwine almost 1 million. Tukaturi namba ya nshanzu na watano districts kingdom omwani Uganda yon. As we talk of now, Ibanda is 24. Bitu kama yana kubuza. Nja no tambura no genda. Arho eka iwarebere hato muri Ibanda. Iyo bunyansi nari yebiriri. Nari eka omuri Ibanda itine sora. At least nbabe ine sora. Nabajini. No jirango ije Entunguuka yaman munonga. Kunkeje chikaretwa chi. For us to promote that can't kora under Museveni. No sinja bwa Museveni. We wouldn't have done that kuno jakatara obusinge, and that we have to protect peace.
Dr. Patrick, obumperuka kugamba niwe 12 years ago ukangira ngu Ibanda lake is strategically located between Mbarara and Fort Portal kandi ne crossingwaho igaruke itasi kitagwenda na Buhweju. Ibanda nogireba wakutera ikishane kimyaka rukurataho Ibanda umuryo bushubuzi na no kuwabire nogira ubwirobwe nati na the increased coffee production na nebindi Ibanda nogireba ninga nogendeza ki
Ibanda nienda egume ne
what should Ibanda
continue protecting? Ibanda has had some very good growth. Manya, we started also from a negative position. Our history ninjaba abakutura ni bakira kumanya nti nito twabanze kwita omujungu muri Uganda. Obakwata gold. Akijaha bakandi bamwegora nibamuya Fort Portal kabarole nibaza kumutwara nkahi Ibanda bakaba jimakingire ebe headquarter ya Western
Yeah.
Bitu twaita omujungu in carelessness
to decolonize ourselves.
Could say so. Nchireba kakana yenda kisya muri Ibanda umfije amureba yamtere mchumu thing manya. There are many stories around it, which is very interesting for cultural tourism, and we are not telling our story well enough. Bitu abajungu bakija batera kiboko batimsa amabare twayombeka amabare hariya a mountain of stones called amabare ga gold kujiko mujungu haze mundu ekaburaha bayosaba police kurga Kampala kuronde mundu ejo ekaburaha muri Ibanda uko mujungu akaine mundu bito byaza kunaba imundu ya Girokomba harobaju yaza mu kinabiro akisikamletera amizi omushija manu bamwita Rwakitarata ija nicho muntu yamwita yatetekize. So Ibanda bagihaho map tukuza kushaba headquarters bitu bakaba girevere as a strategic location because of its location, its weather, its climate, its hills, and the central location for Fort Portal, Mbarara, Kamwenge, all these roads, which has now come to happen. But it took us another 60 years to cross that barrier, to leave our history behind. Kurebanti Ibanda can be strategic. So to atunga abantu bingi abafuruki abachiga abanyoro abaganda bija muri Ibanda because it was a good location and now it is booming. Abahindi abagendire, we had only one street and 4 buildings on this street. Now we have 8 streets tarmacked. We have so many schools. We have a university. We have hospitals. Even bena birumom abantu bene business ne booming haza neza kurakurana. We just need good leadership and planning. Ibanda can be a major city here. We are happy to bakatwa city status, municipal status, so a municipality, and we have all the infrastructure required to help us to take off at. You just have to take off. It takes time. No manya wa omnyonyi takes time runway and then you take off. At Ibanda is at the stage of takeoff. It's very hard to take us backward. I want to reserve women backward.
Minister, otakongireho enyonyi yaruga ku taxi nga ya taking off. Umutwale bwawe enyonyi ko yabe ya taking off. Mwakole nkutukurugaha kwa barya kijuka hariya hari kibubura ukuza kuri Kagongo mwahata makinga umutwale bwawe and you were credited for extending atamaka no chimangu teruho today
maintenance.
Ati ngenda kugambira nangwe warete kibuzo kirungi abantu abingi ndebeno bankwata kubi ati kintu ko kukigambo bagira ngo inari mutine cyekozero muri Ibanda, which is not true. Kangambiro rero Museveni yatwira ngo ahantu twetaga amezi itabanye Ibanda tukasaba amezi twetaga amezi atamizi ngaga naga bahereza wo murimo gwa president gwaho yaheze no mwita kwiza kora ground breaking yakora ground breaking ebyasigara ebyo kuranga amezi ago gakorwa nibyanyi okisindi yazubahiriza zuru ni manyisa leadership on the ground. Nchoda ni bagambira what the role of a member of parliament. Yes, leadership. So president aja nsakoro orugudo. Okay? Akaja torugudo, yes, nuruza kukorwa. Imwe leaders aba bantu batumire nimwe museye kwa mukatiri kintu echo uko president no wihanga ryona tinko na president naza kwijuka akagudu nari akakora he did ground breaking yamizga akihangara icyo takwasa kukizuka icyo semekwa kiri
amizi president yarho mwagaronkinga
yes
abakihangara up to now tubakatungaga nitondo
ikintu cyo kwaninga abantu amwe bakakwata
and the president is coming to
yes na mwinshi ya mbere nagira mpumanyire memorandum yanyu mukitekemu ntukonka tikajiremo ahabwanje uko for him as a president did his part. It is you the local leaders amukutekayo abasirwa n'abatwore mu rbejo bakakuratira president ikiyagamba kandi ikiyakora kikaza no budget okara ngo wakikurata no budget cyaza no budget so ware mwa ekintu echo kandi okagarakaanso kagira ngo batakigamba it is very dangerous.
Ndi muri bandeji barukuronda akaruru kabanyishengero ebendera kanda ya have so far interacted with the three of them nabagira ngo nibenda kutera akaruru 100% president atuhereza bwa minister ati okora miziga kiyangara kuzaha nchitaga ibanda kubanza yatunga minister nyangwa bamwe bagira ngo uyu bwa biro minister ngo bakabera kukabekozo ukuri. There was a short proximity to the source of power. So a hand hona birohereza ndekiragira watunga minister.
Minister nabe namkaga ko mu Uganda cabinet ministers. Ministers of state they don't matter a lot. They help the ministers. Nyenda kugambira amazima nyo kanye na principle yanje. Itali ya cheap popularity. Konka yokora bagira ngo ntwetaga amashanyarazi muri Ibanda bakaiza bakapama no araho na pemsa actually Ibanda igiye nakayipemsa amashanyarazi tingma nyansasa garagire tingma kwa ansasa ningo kagireka bakigira ngo papemsa amashanyarazi ogwanje kaguba gumwe kureba ngo naza every ministry yabe y'amashanyarazi tinkarugabo haza mu committee on parliament ya energy nimba natural agita amashanyarazi magatekamo then kuba minister hati ogira mu bundo bukodyo okay bwo kusakira district yawe mwini koko da nisakira carvats chi ebyo amabati ejo no gisakira hati tukora mu exchange ukiro tato manyiri nyo naza gukora akagudo wawe naza kakutera mwa niye namabata hato mabata korashi akwa ni umuhereza konka member wa parliament ekintu kikuru stama hari kuratira ekintu president ekiyagambira abantu nari cyazo mu budget yanyu tingo nakubeye they are very effective members of parliament nyino mwana hacu mushaha ni kundaga kuganira nawe kazo hampaya nora unity yakazo okweri konka kokuza kugira uti ngo kimusharia uza kugira uti kimusharia so it is local leadership niyo kwihayo ebintu it is politics. You see the cake is small cake ni manyisa umunyako kachete ekihuru ni kihanga ni kice numuraje gukora ki kutonura meisho wotazoirire meisho ekihuru echo abakucenda ne benji bon baba batwire bagenzere nyenda kugambira amazu botagire mu committee ya energy for instance nari mu committee ya works nari committee ya health okazorira ishoti ko kuza kusanga no sanga karubuti yakitwire uko yabaro kandi abantu abanyitwa kwikiza mu gwa member wa parliament ta delegate member wa parliament ni representative bakakutora no gendo batekereze iwe tubara kutorine ngo hati obanze wiza wambuza nani za kutunga ninyenda mezi naringa so bakakutorana bakutekayo tutekereze ekintu cyetaga kikuratire ukibaretere ukibanzura
Dr. Patrick president aheruka Ibanda batariyo bwa PDM hari ubuyira demonstration kandi kirungi baturukirize no batureba bamumbebembezi bakagambira president Museveni ngo yabare munonga ito tine kiturukufa niwe byaba birye byenkuto yebare utwire ebyamashanyarazi utwire tine kiturukwenza. Tomorrow president is coming and meetings as twire zikorwa hari hishongeza umukurangu apart from lobbying, apart from having a super legislators zukwetaga president ngo az addressing ahabwo futunguka kwibanda twena
ite kikuru mukeba kwange neminyeto yebari. We have a big problem of youth employment. He cannot solve it like this because it's a common problem in the whole of Uganda. But if we have the right institutions doing the right things, empowering these young people so that they can do business, they can start their projects, we're going to go very far. Emyezane kora something. Haza ombaze gwe arrested ogwa PDM. Nihan. Nugugenda kimwa hansi, nugukwata muntu wabutosha. Nkanza muchachaha. Abantu bagamba bahura corruption rinkai ito kata kujimanya. Sente kata kuzireba ho za corruption is such buko abantu be no guru. Bito byarita PDM isenta kazitwara kimwe to every family at the bottom grassroots equal to grassroots. It's going to change people's mindset. Muntu wakatan kane mtwari 10 aini hakutandikiraho. Wamanga million name aini hakutandikiraho. Na abamani bazakusisa. Wakati been experience. Bitu nazagarukayo. And then next time. That's how you begin something and it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. It can't begin from day one as a big circle. No tankampora. Business zones tanka small. So echakore checha PDM nyoni njachiruma majezi mingi and it's a fantastic solution. Tax the rich people, ogomshoro, oghiriza abantu akutosha. Na watu nge opportunity kuisha.
Dr. Patrick, I have heard economists say ngutarho anywhere in the world ahu ihanga ryarihira abantu mugoro by giving them free money. Not free money. And you are a wonderful economist. What is your view?
It is the role of government by taxing people is called redistribution of income. Because redistribution of income. You can't have so much income. We'll tax you.
Tax them.
Yes. And then redistribute it. Because the money mzee tunaona janti it will trickle down. IMF economics warebe raba middle class nibaza kurebe rabaria. No, it was not trickling down. Niziguma hansi.
What happens when you redistribute the funds to the unorganized people?
It's okay. Naza kugura soda, the owner of the factory natunga kasente. Agure beer, it's okay. Agure sabuni, because he has now money to do those things. Agure sabuni, not inflation. Consumption. Consumption is a driver of economic growth. Yata consuming no kora factory taro kunywa ibintu byabo. Noleba abantu bakoze sukari nbesenja muzee tuyambe Kenya bagure sukari yitu. There was no market. Hawenchi wabako tubine of center. But if the population is growing, the market is growing here. But they needed something to jumpstart them, not permanently. But 1 million name nazakuri 400,000. 600 is gumonka business. From there next year he'll have 2 million without you asking more. Akushashure your money back at Korama Goba and he pays other people.
Maybe President yareta ta million emwe ngu Ommugalanda Netanyahu ndeke kora ekida chonka because mbiri ntete se million emwe yantomera yantomera nkumusa naza kugura soda ya Minister John byabagana hatobwe naleka kora ekida chonka ninga nagaraka nagiga haza byabagana
Hoboko nawe yagumon production nashashura abakozi be nawe nashashura umushoro isente nzigumane zizi no manye sente zina gumane zigenda
so bunda yetegereza
kuzikora mpora ni to hata atandikira business hata kwetegereza ukoramo ochamuka osemererwa ndate no boro nabwe oza kunywa osemera tomorrow tine kapitandika no reba aba boda aba they don't make so much money with every day bakora nk'imtware 3 boda economy cyekora Uganda tukachetegereza. The economic drivers at the bottom, they are rotating money every day. So 40,000 is bakora. Money is moving around. It's buying goods, consumption. Consumption feeds supply. Supply comes back to consumption. Border borders, there are what, 1 million border borders today in Uganda maybe? Those are million people employed, self-employed. So bakwate mpora tokubashashuza omusoro gw'amaani. But slowly they start paying taxes nako kagaruka omundu government keretera abandi abali omu farming babihe omu farming kabagira farming is like grandmother. When ikiza buli omu izora araho ebisenje ni bingi ebitanda ni bingi bitu taro production y'amaani. Fewer people should be in agriculture. Commercial farmers. Abamwe baruge bazemu services, bazemu mu ICT, bazemu industry, bazemu business. Then the economy is really working. Whatever Kenya, there are not so many in farming like here, how we are here. There are more commercial farms there. Much as 2/3 of Kenya is arid, the soil is not good enough, their weather is not good enough. They harvest maize 1 season in a year. Here we get 2 seasons in a year. Even you can do 3 if you use irrigation. So potential between ahani nyingi for good commercial farming, they just need support. We are not using fertilizers, we are not using irrigation. Nvotu watanka kubikosi. Coffee, ati abachina bakatanka kunywa coffee. Market ya coffee ya kurira kimwe globally. So abachina batanka kunywa coffee, buriya bakabanywa tea yonka. Abahindi banywa tea. But now Starbucks it made it fashionable. So the market for coffee beka temba. So if we produce more coffee, we have 3 million bags. To 7 million bags. Had to 10 million bags. So Museveni akagamba he wants 20 million bags of coffee. And we shall get there. Abako abantu bana batanje kuzamu coffee. And the price tekuza garuke nyuma.
twasigaza edakiika ina zonka tukakugira programu egimpa omukoro gwa nyenkyaka karimo gwetebekanisiza muta ande ekigambo kya muheru
nk'abanyibanda President Museveni itwe tumwetaaga ebintu bingi munonga kugira ngo n'ebintu bingi munonga okutwaza mwe ntwetaaga kuyiza kumusima okutwariza hamwe kumusima kandi no kumuhaya ntuza kwereza obururu bwona obwo kwetaaga omukoro ngira warebe byabiryomu meetings zigiremu vibe hade mugeta vibe wagireba ebyo muri Ibanda genda kusiba mu bitatura ogu yatukoresha fayo we yatubrandinga turiyero mbwenu turyo mukasichati ninjama ebidongo mihurira hansi abantu baryo mukasichi bategirize kirabo nyinshi kanoza kukireba
tumushonga yona widoronje vite
itoronge vite kangambira amazimurebe azronga azomu omutegeki yabaneza bakamuronda wanyitegereje yabaneza bakakora ki bakamuronda so kandi yabakina man gukora ki go kutegeka go kwebenda nakugira ngo nyine roots marawe president hatagireho wa mutarika ayine myaka 96 yasingaraza raschakwero mukasheshe w'imyaka 79
yabari munonga
witegereza so imtaka hendire Netanyahu nandiyo nimpendera oguno muranga ogundi kutera bona bakutureba abanyibanda kubera baturikirize aha tayari nabagireba oguno muranga wo batera bunyenche kare stakakire shaha 5 tuize tumworeke rukundo ehitumuyiniri
yabari munonga Mr. Patrick dimukabanta bari mu business azuku driving economy hino mukika mukaba worried that mutekwa kuba worried because you are the children of instabilities hino mukika mukaba worried mukagira ngo longevity is a threat to stability.
Longevity is not a sin. Performance is a sin. Performance is a problem. Yes. Lule, Binaisa, Obote, Tito. Performance was a problem. Not longevity. They were there for a short term, but they did nothing for us. But if your performance is very good, performance, not length of time. This mentality, 5 years you have to change, 3 years you have to change, new democracy, how does it help you? We are reading from a different script. Their script is different. What we need, I wish I could say it in good Nyankore, is a safe pair of hands. A safe pair of hands. Mzee has shown he's predictable, he's reliable, he's honest. He's a safe pair of hands. Not just for security. What he says is what he does. Ogomshija, agumeho because the safe pair of hands. In his wisdom naza kusharaho one day kandi ugeho uko ina amagezi natukiza amagezi atorekera nti natukiza amagezi nareba hari atorekera nti nareba hari aina amagezi. So in his wisdom naza kusharaho one day what to do. Power was not given to him, he prized it. Maybe someone has to prize it from him one day. Maybe he will hand it over to whoever he wants. Maybe he will anoint somebody. In his wisdom he will choose that day. But for now he's a safe pair of hands.
Yeah.
Mzee is a safe pair of hands. We just have to support him completely, especially about Ibanda. Give him maximum support. If we can get above 98, 99%, I will be very happy. Very happy.
Yabale munonga urukutureba aha tayari West kandi ni wabo urukuturikiriza nuko twakunda tutyo ruhanga katugiremba bazinga program yitu atandika tugitera hahera turi kujikugira nabanyine owabiriho State Minister wa Works and Cabinet Minister Works kandi wamazire myaka 20 are member of parliament ahabwa Ibanda South kandi obuhati atari yo muri active politics konka ari ikikonji cha National Resistance Movement Honorable National Leader National Resistance Movement antwabatuine Dr. Patrick Bitature omwe omunyomyo z'ebyobushubuzi eziyikwatirire ebyentasya bihanga erimpaha muniyenda kusima bwo kuba omulebe murungi ku rugo butwatanaka kusyaga amajingo utakarega hatayari West ninyo mugaranda Netanyahu hasta la vista.